So stress is a major, major challenge today. We all have stress. You know, you have stress of all kinds of challenges that are going on with, and I would even encourage some of you to stop reading the newspaper. Because my gosh, you think rumors of wars, famines, I mean, we are in the middle of a huge battle. But by far, the most common challenge I see is sugar. We consume too much sugar. Sugar takes minerals out of the body. You understand this? It's coming back down to minerals once again. Very, very critical. What kind of emotional concerns do you have? A lot of individuals keep on playing this loop off inside of the body. If you have somebody in your life, you might have to give forgiveness. Just forgive them and go on with your life. It's not worth keeping on playing it over and over and over again. Do you have anxiety? I oftentimes find that people have anxiety when they have high copper. How do you know if you have high copper? Metal taste in your mouth. When you go to bed at night and you're physically exhausted and your brain's going a million miles an hour, could have high copper. B vitamins, a lack of B vitamins. B vitamins are a common body signals if you cry easy. You need B vitamins to process sugar inside of your body. I've already talked about not enough minerals. Now I'm going to give you a little nugget you're going to thoroughly enjoy. When you go to bed at night, tonight, in your bedroom, I want you to lay there and I want you to look around inside of the room and see how many little lights are on. Your alarm light, your DVD light, little lights. Can I make a suggestion to you? Put black tape on all of those lights. Why? Because when you're laying there, your pineal gland, which is a gland inside of your brain, is being irritated and you don't get restful, peaceful sleep. Now I'm going to tell you something that's also fascinating. When you wake up in the morning, you should wake up hungry. That's a novel thought. If you wake up full, I know that your body is not producing enough human growth hormone. The hours that you go to bed before midnight are important. In bed, sleeping, if you can, by 10. I have people say, geez, Dr. Bob, you know, I go to midnight. Your normal rhythm inside of your body is not designed for you to stay up to midnight, okay? So, let's just see here. We have poor quality relationships. You might have somebody in your life that just totally is exhausting you. You know, you're always talking to them and you're emotionally drained. It's okay to get new friends. You know, and sometimes some of the people in your life are family members. Just look at your friends and you are a mirror of who your friends are. So just be aware that they can drain you. Energy conversation tips. Avoid doing too much. Now, I'll give you an example. A lot of people do too many items. When I have some people, I said you should commit and do some things. A lot of people also do too much. So here's a little statement for you all right now. You ready? If somebody asks you to do something that you really don't want to do, say this: I can't say yes. And they go like this. What does that mean, Dr. Bob? I can't say yes means no. And I have people that are asked to bake for this, and I've asked people to pick up so-and-so over here. I have patients that are raising their great-grandchildren because their child does not have enough, whatever it is, to reprimand what's going on. So you as grandparents, I've had relatives of mine move to Florida to get away from their children because their children were going to give them a heart attack. So if any of you need a note to go to Florida, you just let me know and I'll make that available to you. Okay? It's just really, really important. Eat logical foods. And like I say, what's a logical food? Can I tell you as a little side note? Don't purchase food today that you warm up in the microwave that's covered in plastic. Because that's putting too much estrogen in your body, which will plug up your liver. Now I'm going to share something with you that you probably never thought of before. Stop eating canned food. Why? Because they're lining the inside of canned food containers today with plastic. And when they process the canned food, they're heating it to high temperatures, pasteurization, and guess what that plastic is releasing? Estrogen. And then guess what estrogen plugs up? Your liver. You need your liver for energy. Why do you think we have so many young teenagers today that have ferocious sexual appetites? Because they have too much estrogen in their body. And men, if you have too much estrogen in your body, you're going to have a swollen prostate gland. If a woman has too much estrogen in her body, she'll have tender breasts and heavy menstrual flow. So this is serious. When I say eat logical foods, it's very simple. You eat food that's in the periphery of the store: broccoli, cabbage, cauliflower, tomatoes, green beans, sweet potatoes, and you avoid all the packaged food. Because the packaged food has too many chemicals in it And your liver has to process that. Your liver has to process that. We already talked a bit about posture, but watch me here. This is also significant. If your head's in a forward position, gravity is working against you. You want your head like this. So watch me really close. What I'm going to do is I'm going to close my eyes. I'm going to slide my head back, and I'm going to tilt it backwards. Now, all of you that are watching me right now, you can do 3 or 4 sets of 10 or 15 of those every day. Now, don't do 10 or 15 today, but that's going to increase the curve in your neck. Because, see, if your body's compressing, it requires enormous energy to keep you upright. That's why you respond to natural subluxation correction. That's why people's energy has to get better. So you want gravity to work with you and not against you. So why are we losing energy today? We're doing too much. Not everybody's doing too much, but there's a good percentage of people that are doing too much. I mean, we're all connected to each other by cell phones. I mean, I can pretty much talk to anybody in the world right now. We're only about 11 seconds away from anybody. You can just punch that number in. We're biting off more than we can chew. We're just doing plain too much. Learn to leverage your time. Now, you say, what does that mean, Dr. Bob? My wife and I plan ahead for what we're going to eat. See, going out to eat wastes a lot of time. I just recently spoke in another part of the country, and the people who were driving us to the airport told me they spend $125 a week just on going out to eat. And not high-end places. I'm talking about, franchise places. So I just suggested to them, you know what? You could go to the store like we did last night, and I bought 3 pounds of chicken thigh and 1 pound of chicken breast. And what I'm going to do today is I'm going to make 40 meatballs, and I'm going to freeze those meatballs. And that's going to be a source of protein. So my wife and I will work a week or 2 or 3 ahead, have items in the freezer that you usually buy on sale. You say, why are you doing that for? Well, first you're saving time, you're saving money, you're saving energy, you're putting whole food inside of your body. But it's leveraging my time. I can make 3 or 4 meals at one time. So I can go home today and have food already made. Because see, you want good food. Because I can tell you right now, I was talking to an individual that his sister or relative has cancer in her throat. So I asked him, why do you think that happened? You know what he said to me? She went to the same restaurant 11 years. For 11 years, same restaurant. That's where she ate at. He didn't say the name of the restaurant. I didn't ask. So this community that I was at, there was all these food restaurants everywhere because everybody's going out to eat. So I said something to him. I said, well, what are you doing? You know what he said to me? We change restaurants. I wanted to smack him. Why? Because he missed everything I was, I poured my heart out, and he missed it. They missed it. $125 a week is $500 a month. You can buy a lot of groceries for two people for $500 a month. So you need teamwork. You need to work. We have a lot of husband and wife teams in here. I need you to work together as a team. Okay. Suggestions to create more energy for you and for other people. Herbs. Now, what kind of herbs can you take? Dandelion root, like I mentioned, is good. Why? Because it keeps your liver going. I don't really think any of you should be taking stimulating herbs to stimulate your body. There's that. Remember they had ephedra, a mawang. I don't think that's a good idea. And I'm going to tell you something else I don't think is a good idea. Are these beverages they have today, these monster drinks and whatever they have. Ginseng and caffeine in them. You can jack your body up so high that you'll get adrenal exhaustion. How do you know if you have adrenal exhaustion? Bright light bothers your eyes. You get dizzy from a sit to a stand position. Drink water. Now, I would encourage you to have a thyroid test done. It's TSH, T3, and T4. Why? Because if your T3 and your T4 are low, you need iodine. It's been reported that 1/3 of the world has a low thyroid gland. Eat more protein. Eat 3 ounces of protein, 3 to 5 ounces of animal protein with each meal. I encourage chicken thigh, chicken breast. I personally do not eat a lot of turkey breast. It's a very dense protein. I try to eat proteins that are easily digested. I will eat some almonds and eggs. You want to avoid red meat just because it's hard to digest. Like I've eaten red meat at dinner time, and I woke up in the morning, and it feels like the red meat is still in my stomach. Well, guess what? It is. It's requiring a lot of energy, okay? Avoid stimulants. I already mentioned ginseng. I have some people that will drink a lot